Virgo, you have just decided to stop fighting against the tide. I feel like you are now allowing yourself to really go there, go there in your mind, go to the depths of your soul and kind of work through the stuff that's been bothering you with someone else or something else. For your energy, I got depth, called the lake. And for another energy that you're dealing with at this time, could be a love interest, could be, a colleague, a boss, a friend, a family member. We have solitariness with the desert. I love this card so much. It really reminds me of this place in Alberta, Canada, called Lake Louise. And I went there with my mom. My mom's actually a Virgo, so hi, Mom, if you're watching this. I went there with my mom during a time where I needed some serious healing. And we kind of just spent the week there healing, being in nature, just kind of taking a break from life. And I feel like even if you can't take a break from the day-to-day, you're allowing yourself that solitude, that space to really go to the depths of your emotions and your feelings and your thinking. And I feel like you feel pretty safe in this energy, or you will feel safe in this energy, because once you come up for air, that what's around you is so idyllic and magical, which will be your own world that you're building for yourself at this time. You just needed a little bit of a break, or you're in that process now. For the other energy, the desert, this is definitely a solitary energy, a lot different than this. This is surrounded by water, and I feel like other life, civilization is not too far away. It's lush, things are growing here. In the desert, it's fairly barren. There's not a lot growing. I do see 3 little birds here. And I feel like whatever this energy is, whoever this is, well, they've turned their back on something and they're just kind of accepting almost where they're at. And I feel like this person has a few people who will listen to them, okay, here and there. They might not be very close, but overall, this person feels pretty lonely. And if you look at it, when you're in a desert, you're thirsty, you're parched, speaking of. And what you imagine is something like this, all this water, all this lush greenery. So I feel like this person or this energy, this situation is almost envisioning you or keeping a memory of you in their mind or your energy as something that they desire but that could never be, a mirage. And meanwhile, your eyes are closed, you're submerged into the water, into your emotions. And I feel like you got your hands up to this other person like, don't come near me. I'm not your drink of water. I heard any more. Wow. Virgo. Okay, let's get into it and see what's going on here for this situation. I'm hearing divorce. Okay, that's not going to be for everyone, but I am hearing that. These are general tarot card readings, so they might not resonate with you. Only parts could, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be a Virgo to have this resonate. You could be the cross watcher resonating with the message. Okay? If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for all of your support with the channel and for coming back. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify the lake here for Virgo spirit. What's this lake about? Tell me more. Liberty. So you're really healing yourself to free yourself. The cage has been opened. The cage has been opened and you're ready to go. Okay, I feel like you're definitely ready to go to free yourself from some kind of situation, some person, whatever. But you're just spending a little bit more time here in this kind of solitude, but not lonely. Okay, maybe it feels lonely at times, but it's really not. Oh, Virgo, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, you know when you're sad or when you feel really melancholy and all you want to do is listen to sad music and like have a couple tears, have a tea, eat some cookies, whatever it is, or watch a movie, and it's like you just bundle yourself up and you're just alone in your bubble, in your space, and you know that, you're shutting the world out, but you know it's for your own healing, and this is what your soul is desiring to do at that moment. Okay, and I feel like you're giving yourself that rather than avoiding it or trying to compensate for, well, I heard fears, but any kind of difficult emotions that you might be going through at this time, because you know that liberty is coming, freedom is coming. Well, it's already here. You're already free. And I got this message. Who did I get this message for? I got this for Libra. Okay, so that might mean something to you. And liberty, Libra, fitting. Let's see the person's other person or situation. Let's see what energy do they have. Touch the sky. Wow, look at the colors here. They're so complementary to one another. Okay, yours is very in the emotional space, I feel like. This energy, there's a little bit of being like up in the clouds, like not seeing things clearly, illusions, mirages. It's interesting, I put my hair in a braid today too. I'm looking at this braid. I feel like this person is trying to pull you towards them, okay? I really do. I feel like they are in need of you. This could be a work situation too. I feel like that they want your energy. They want you to quench their thirst. They're trying to entice you, pull you up to them. I don't feel like they're making any movement towards you, but I do see them pulling you in. And again, there's some blackbirds here. And I'm thinking about Odin's ravens here, hugging and mugging. And they are thought and memory. Okay, so I feel like this person is trying to... Well, I feel like they're almost trying to energetically get you to remember things. It's weird, okay? They want you to remember the good times, or they don't want you to forget them. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. They don't want you to forget them. They feel lost. But you are not in that energy of thought and memory. You're a dove, not a raven. Not to say one's worse than the other. I love all birds. But you are a dove. You're free from thought and memory. You're freeing yourself in the process right now from thought and memory, from this connection. Ooh. At the bottom of this deck, too, I wanted to show you, I have protection, cave. And that's what I feel like you're in, your little cave right now, the journey, because you're on a journey. Now, it doesn't have to be a literal cave like you're hiding away in your bedroom or something like that. It could just be you're protecting yourself. You're shielding your emotions. You're shielding just your energy while you go through the process. So let's see what comes out here for this reading. It's already 9 minutes in. I love it, though. I think it's so clear. And I think... You're really done, Virgo. You're really done. You are so done with this. I'll get all the cards out first. It's like you've been starving for freedom. You've been starting for a new... Interesting. You've been starving for a new beginning, but you have been starting a new beginning for a long time. I feel like this goes there. And I'm thinking here about, some indigenous tribes, the hair is very sacred. The braids are very sacred. And, you only cut your hair in extreme circumstances. It varies for different indigenous tribes, but one of the reasons could be if somebody dies, okay, you can bury your braid with that person as a kind of passage to the other world. But I'm seeing here that this person here is trying to, they have their braid, it's getting longer and longer, and it's coming out in different cards here. And I feel like they're trying to avoid the death of this connection. And I feel like their energy has been difficult to separate from because they don't want to separate from it. Okay, at the bottom we have death. Yeah, look how short her hair is there. Yeah, but you're moving towards it anyways. And you're going to start moving real quick. Things are going to pick up. I feel like something's actually coming in for you. Okay? But let's go through the cards and see what we have here. In the thoughts, in the past, we have the Six of Pentacles. Well, I feel like you tried to have an equal partnership with someone. I actually feel like whatever this is was very judgmental about how you interacted with other people. Okay, this person had something to say about your friendships, your relationships, your your relationship with your colleagues or whatever it is. It's like, I'm seeing the other energy is this little tiny man here. And it's like, the teacup's very feminine. This isn't about genders here, but the teacup's very feminine, a very feminine symbol. And I feel like you were trying to nourish something, or teapot, I should say. You're trying to nourish something with other people, give things to other people. Okay, maybe in your work, and there was an outside energy that was very judgmental and maybe even throttled you, I heard. Throttled you from giving to other people. Okay, maybe this person controlled your finances or just your energy. They stole your energy and you weren't able to give to your friendships. Okay, and I think that became quite a burden for you. Maybe that was the tipping point. Whoa, wait a second. You don't own me. Okay, and I'm hearing that song, you don't own me. Okay, I'm not just one of your many toys, right? So I think that this person really affected where you gave your energy. We have strength coming out for the present energy. And I do think this is a shared energy. I am seeing them here. Well, I'm seeing both of the energies as both characters in the card, okay? Strength is a very interesting card because I feel like this might be a long one. Because strength comes after the Chariot. Okay, and Chariot, we could say, is about moving forward, all these things, but it's also a card about bravery. We have some theorists say that, who study, or scholars who study the tarot say that the Chariot is Athena, and she's in her battle gear. Okay, but the two Sphinx are what are guiding the Chariot. And those are your subconscious and your conscious, the light and the dark, but they're not moving anywhere. They're just planted. So for me, the Chariot card also asks you to have faith, okay, in your energetic abilities to get you through, okay? And I feel like the armor that she's wearing, like ready to charge forward, is unnecessary because she's kind of being protected in this bubble, in the Chariot, led by spirit, light and dark, yin and yang. And so when we get to the strength card, for me, it's like Athena without her armor. She's stripped of all her armor. She's in a much softer feminine energy here. And she's realized that in order to conquer, to go forward, to be brave, you have to really become one with what you're scared of. You really have to, and I don't mean you have to become that thing, but you have to know what it is that you're fighting against in order to master it. I read a quote the other day, and it went something like, to understand the unknown, you must go to the depths of yourself, the unknown depths of yourself. And we have that card, depths, here. So I feel like that's what you're doing. I also feel like for this other person, they are realizing that you are almost like the key. Liberty, I heard. The card Liberty. You were the key to this person's transformation. I don't know what happened here, but I'm hearing maimed. They feel maimed, like wounded a little bit, okay? And I don't know what they did or what the deal is, but you had some kind of key that they felt could help them out in the long run here in the situation. And I think you know that they had some kind of expectation that you would help them or free them or whatever. But rather than doing that, you helped yourself and what was inside of yourself that made you feel weak, that made you feel you needed all this armor, all this protection. You know, you faced that, you freed that part of yourself so that you could go into the next phase of your life with your own strength, you know, not needing armor. I hope that made sense. There's a lot there to unpack, but let's continue. 9 of Pentacles for their perspective on the situation. Well, they're definitely alone, okay? There's a lot of energy here, solitariness. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of being alone. I feel like this person does things to distract themselves, okay? They might be abundant in some ways. They definitely might be abundant. But I'm really getting that, you know, this is kind of over the top, right? It's like showing off a little bit about everything that you have. Showing off everything you have. But really having nothing, nobody to share it with or nothing to give it to. I honestly feel like this person is lost right now and they're trying to maybe, or these people, whoever it is, and they're trying to kind of decorate themselves or engage in behaviors, vices, things that aren't good for them to distract themselves or to prove to themselves that they don't need anybody. It's interesting. This energy is a very I don't need anybody, I'm better off on my own kind of external facade. But on the inside, they're really lowering their braid to you. They're really lowering a rope for you to climb back up to them. You know, and I don't know how they're doing this. Maybe they're actually doing this, offering you something, or maybe you just feel this tug, this pull. Their perception of you, Page of Swords. Well, look at you. You have a little graduate cap on here. You've learned something, okay? You learned something about the situation. You also learned that you don't need to settle. That your wishes, you know, when you blow this thing and you make a wish, that your wishes go far, okay? You don't just wish for something small, or if you do, it starts to expand, and these little pieces here, they plant more seeds. So you constantly grow and expand in everything you do, even if it's a new venture. You're smart and you know it, and you use it. And you're not afraid to use it in new things, to learn new things. Okay, and this doesn't come from a place of showing off. It comes from your heart. It's just how you are. You have a wish and you believe in it and you go after it, but you go after it from a place of gaining knowledge on how to actually make it happen. So it's not just like a mirage, maybe like their energy is. So they're seeing you learn something new, maybe about them, maybe about the situation, or maybe another venture in your life, you know? You're doing something new. But you have big dreams, big wishes. I'm really seeing you, the star card isn't out here, but I'm really seeing this as the star here. What they're hiding, the 5 of Cups. Disappointment, sadness. What they carried around, see, I'm seeing like these flowers here, and there's only 2 left. And here they're all abundant, okay? They're looking at the situation like, I'm okay. I have everything I need. I can be alone. I could be in this desert with nobody, you know, a couple little birds here and there to listen to me. I heard complain. Interesting. I can be okay, you know, alone. I don't need anybody. But what they're hiding is that their confidence is waning. Their confidence is beginning to wilt and disappear. And not only their confidence, but this is, you know, yellow can represent consciousness, ego, identity, and it's slipping into the water here, the water where you are. And I think you are beginning to learn, really, you are beginning to see things from their perspective maybe, or you're having a new consciousness about this situation, and they know that, and it's making them upset, okay? They have regrets. They thought something would just be forever because they had it all in whatever that meant for them. But they're realizing that's not the case. It's almost like these flowers that they're holding belong to you, not them, and they're returning back to you now. Actions they plan on taking. Knight of Swords. Well, they plan on saying something. They plan on speaking up. What does it say here? Right. What does it say on our dress? Right is worth the cost. Okay, so I feel like this person likes to be right. Once they set out on a path, it's very hard for them to turn around. Maybe a little bit of a stubborn energy here. And maybe that's why they're hiding their sadness. But with the Knight of Swords, I feel like they're feeling, well, where did Virgo go? You know, wait a second. Why am I in the desert? Where is Virgo? You know, who said Virgo could start off on a new path and leave me all sad? You know, not saying you did, but I feel like that's their perception at this time. So they're going to come in I feel like they're going to get some wild idea, or they might wake up from a dream, or they might suddenly like get this inspiration of what they need to say or how they need to say it. And they're going to come flying in out of nowhere with a lot to say, okay? That's the actions they plan on taking, is saying something. And I think it's going to be how they're right in a situation. But where this is all coming from is feeling sad. Their intentions are the King of Pentacles. And I love that, you know, I'm not using reversals in this deck because I'm reading the cards so intuitively here. But I kind of like how the king, the man, is so tiny compared to the foundation that he's standing on. And I feel like he's also the tiny man here, your person. It's not gender specific, but it's like their intentions are kind of, well, to win, to be on top of things. And I feel like they want to kind of, well, I heard ride on your coattails. Your advice, the 4 of Cups. This is really interesting, Virgo. Okay, I'm seeing this umbrella as actually the water's, you know, the umbrella is actually like a shower here. Doesn't it look dry outside and more like the water here? And this is telling me is like, keep yourself in this space, okay? Keep yourself healing, doing the things you need to do to explore your emotions. And don't let this person dry you out, okay? Because I feel like that energy with the desert, if this person comes back, which the energy looks like that's the case, or they're going to have some harsh words to say to you, like out of nowhere, they're just going to say some things, and it might be to totally throw you off. It's almost like to protect yourself in this shell that you're building right now so that you can heal. So some of you are going to have to ignore this person, okay? Or not let them see what is actually going on with you. There is definitely this cave, this protection cave. This is something like surrounding you right now to help you stay in this kind of emotional lake energy. The outcome is the Hangman. So I feel like with death here too, I do feel like there's an ending here in this connection. I definitely do. And I feel like you are going to get a new perspective by the end of it. I feel like all of the pieces are going to come together. You're really going to understand why this happened, what you've learned from it. And it's interesting. It's like, it's like I'm seeing her skirt here as the umbrella in reverse. And it's like you're going to come out of this energy of the water, of the emotional depths. You're going to hang yourself out to dry, but you are going to dry yourself, not this person. You don't need the desert. You just need, the sunshine. You're actually watering your abundance for the future. You're watering your new perspective. And if the desert energy comes in, it's just going to dry it out and you're not going to have that new perspective. So the outcome is really you giving yourself this new perspective by allowing yourself the time you need to stay in this kind of energy of what, who am I? What am I doing? I want to listen to this sad song, all of these things. There's a creative energy involved with this too. All right, Virgo. I hope that helped. I'll see you next time.